AITA for telling my boyfriend's friends I make twice what he does. When they called me a gold digger and he didn't defend me. I'm in a relationship with a guy who also works in tech. He makes $68K and I make $130K. I am a mechanical engineer at a robotics startup. He works at a more stable job doing programming at a large company. He brought me to meet his friends at a party and they asked me about myself. His friends mostly work in tech too and talked about themselves in terms of their jobs. I told them I'm an hiker. I do archery. I love road trips and camping and riding dirt bikes, etc. Basically talking about my hobbies because work is just a way to get paid to do the shit I love. It's not how I define myself and it doesn't come to mind when someone wants me to tell them about myself. One of his friends asked about work and I said, "Oh gosh. I don't want to talk about work at a party." Spent my whole day sweating my ass off in 95-degree heat trying to replace this busted ass motor. Just to find the replacement part was also ducked. I wasn't lying or trying to downplay that I have a good job. That really is how I spent my day. And I wasn't in the mood to talk shop at a party. Some other conversations came up casually that probably also made me seem poorer, like me saying that car dealership repairs were a ripoff, and telling my boyfriend that my childhood neighbor's trailer caught on fire and I was gonna visit and help her out. I wasn't doing it on purpose. I was literally just talking about my life. But I guess I gave the impression I was poorer. It got later in the night. Everyone was getting drunker. And some of his friends, not close ones though, were making jokes about me growing up in a trailer and being a gold digger. And being ready to jump to a richer guy. Really misogynistic shit, honestly. Since they don't even know me and seem to just assume all girls are good diggers. He didn't say anything. He later said it was because he'd smoked weed and gets quiet and has trouble carrying on a quick conversation when he's high. But regardless, I felt hurt he didn't say anything. I got irritated with his friends and asked, "Now why the hell would you say that when I make twice what he does?" His friends went quiet for a second and I continued saying, "There ain't no gold to dig here. Not with him or anyone at this party. So do y'all think I'm cheap? Or do y'all think I'm stupid?" My boyfriend wanted to leave the party shortly after and he was pretty upset with me for telling everyone I make twice what he does. I said I would have held my tongue if he'd checked his friends himself. But he didn't say anything, so I wasn't about to let them talk to me like that. He said it was humiliating and now everyone thinks I'm a bitch. And I flippantly said, "At least they know I'm a rich bitch." He was angry I embarrassed him when I spoke up. I was angry I had to say anything at all because his friends were talking shit, so it should be on him to check them. Stuff is still tense. AITA for explaining why I'm not a gold digger. AITA for being upset that my girlfriend didn't share her inheritance. I, 34M, have been together with my girlfriend, Tara, 32F, for 10 years. We moved in together 6 years ago. Tara is against marriage, so we never married. We rent an apartment and I pay 75% of the rent since I make about 25% more than Tara at my job. We also have a shared account for buying stuff and our own accounts for fun money. I was at dinner with her family for her mom's birthday and she bought her a fancy purse. Her sister made a comment about how expensive it was. I asked how she could afford that. It was more expensive than 5 months of rent. And she told me she saved money. Her sister laughed and said, "Yeah, right, that came straight out of the inheritance she got from Grandpa." I was shocked, and this was the first time I heard about it. Later the night she told me about the money she got 7 years ago. It is enough to where if she wanted she wouldn't have to work again. Tara told me she dips into it when she goes on vacations and other fun stuff. This is where I got mad. When we go on vacation I pay 75% since she makes less. The rent I pay more. A few years ago she lost her job and I paid 100% of everything for months by working overtime. She had money and not once did she help out. Or at least make it so we were paying the same amount. Tara got mad and said it's not your money and left. I am now alone in the apartment and I called my sister. I told her the story and she told me that Tara is a jerk. Edit. I got a call from her and she found this post. She told me to take it down or she won't come back. Tonight. I'm not taking it down. On another note, my sister did the math for how much I have been paying extra. It's a lot. For those wondering, my rent is around $2,500 a month. It's a nice place. AITA for saying he trapped me under false promises in front of his parents? I wanted kids. My husband said he did too and wanted to wait till we were married. We got married 8 months ago and he changed his mind and doesn't want kids at all. Later admitting when he was drunk that he never wanted kids and that he was hoping he would change his mind for my sake after we got married, but decided it's 100% not for him and scheduled a vasectomy. He got it last month. Kids was not a deal breaker for me under any circumstances. I love my husband and if we don't have kids, well, I will live with it. He has been great to me and we have a seemingly perfect fairy tale life. So yes, it does hurt me sometimes that kids will not be an option, but again, it's not a deal breaker and it doesn't keep me up at night usually. I have a bunch of nieces and nephews I can spoil rotten. But the way that I combat the hurt that I sometimes feel, I joke about it. Dark humor. My husband knows this and jokes with me about it. Well, we went to his family's home for a bit dinner and my sil announces she is pregnant. Mill ends up asking us when we will give her grandbabies because she isn't getting any younger. Her, not me. So I did what I always do and pushed through with dark humor because I was already feeling a little gloomy and dare I say envious of my sil being with child. So I start laughing and said, "Oh well, this one doesn't want babies so he trapped me under false promises," and start nudging him saying, huh, which is what we do at home. I don't know why this is a thing. We did it once and just never stopped. My husband just goes silent. My sil, Phil and Bill laugh. My Mill wasn't even mad. She just turned to my sil and said, "That's okay cause we still have one bundle to snuggle." Super understanding family. Zero judgment. I mean, great people. But my husband was just dead silent the rest of the dinner and later said I was wrong for saying anything to his family about him changing his mind and said that it wasn't something they needed to know. He said I should have just said I didn't know and let the conversation drop instead of calling him out in front of his parents. AITA?